All right. Varus, bot lane. Into Draven and Lulu. Fun fact. Oh my god, this is a fiesta already. We got fiddle support with teleport. Oh, we're about to have a party. Fun fact, you can take Doran Shield. If you're facing a heavy poke lane, you can go Doran Shield. Some people go Doran Shield, that's stupid. You can go Doran Shield and then you can do it with Caitlyn. I mean, you can do it with just about anybody really, but anytime that you have lanes like this, there's just no way you're gonna win. Doran Shield's pretty good because you get bonus damage to minions too, which is cool. You could do that, and then you're gonna rush play the Rune King. Until they nerf it. Doran Shield on AP mid champs? You probably could in some matchups, but I wouldn't. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. I need to watch this more closely. I'm autopiloting my coaching, which is unacceptable. So you don't tank any axes by Draven. I think that's fine. Okay, first things first. Not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure what you're starting W for. Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe you're supposed to start E. And I'm verifying this, and it looks like I'm right. If you're not E, then at least Q is normally what I'm seeing. Yeah. The reason why you'd want E is you can harass and or push the lane if you so desire. Some people even start Q from time to time. And generally speaking, you are maxing E. And then Q. Yeah, grievous wounds on E. The only thing that I dislike here is I didn't see you queuing with full mana right away, which didn't make much sense to me. But I like that you were decisive on the end of that and went in and tried to get the kill on the first blood. That was good. I thought it was fine considering they'd blown all summoners. I normally hate dragons this early, but I like that you immediately backed, got the fuck out. Cutlass over what you're doing. Play the Rune King over what you're doing. And it's better when you're snowballing anyways. Also, added benefit here, flat attack speed is not too great in this spot, which is pretty much all you're getting. I mean, you get a little move speed, sure, but you at least want a little more sustain in the poke lane. Draven and Lulu is going to deal damage to you. There's no way. I say I hate dragons early because I hate the risk, but that seems relatively low risk. I just hate when, low, because this is a, oh, yeah, that's right, it's silver gameplay. Generally, when people start fucking around with dragons early is when they throw their leads. When did you back? Did you back on the siege wave? No. Your back makes no sense to me. Yeah, I don't agree with this at all. I feel like you didn't really do anything with what you just brought into lane. It seemed very bizarre. And the other thing is you didn't walk the wave all the way in. So they kind of like set up a freeze. In some cases they'll set up a freeze because of this. It was very strange to me. Some people take a couple points in queue, by the way. I see that debate that's going on. Some people will take like an early point, like an early couple points in queue, and then just stagger it a little bit. So have like fucking 4 points in E, or 2 points in E, and then 2 points in Q, and then max E. But you decide to back, and now you're setting up a freeze. Let's see if that's what you try to do. Okay, here is a mistake by you. You could have absolutely crushed this lane from here, by the way. I want you to notice the minions. You have... You're in a position right now where you could just set up a freeze for a very long time, because you'll have 4 more minions than... 4 more enemy minions than you have on your side, right? 3 to 7 here, you see it. What you can do is you can just calmly freeze the wave and just last hit, and then you will be putting the wave in a really advantageous position when you hit level 6. I want you to see your XP. You'll be hitting level 6 very shortly, and it would be very nice when you hit level 6 to have the wave towards the back half of the lane. If they try to break the freeze, they're going to push, and then you could just set up an all-in, or whatever you want to do. But now you decide to just push the wave after they'd already backed, and you're going to ruin that opportunity, that position of the lane. You could have just held that freeze for a while and got level 6 and then just calmly all in. Because your summoners are essentially synced with the enemy bot lane because of the all in from earlier, right? So we could just wait until 6, hold the freeze, and then there you go. So I think you missed a pretty big opportunity there to keep the wave. Also, if we get ganked, it's a big part of that is, yeah, it's because we let the freeze go. Ooh, brother. Oh, there it is. Now, this is an important concept, guys. A lot of people want to know like when it makes sense to freeze, okay? And this is a great replay because here we have somebody who's essentially just run their lane over at the start. Farm could be a little bit better, but I'm nitpicking you. Here we have someone who got the early double kill and got the lead. Once you queue that wave, that's where you fucked up. Why? People are probably like, well, when do I freeze? You know, how do I do it or whatever? I'm going to stop before you queue this wave. Now, you are level 5. Lulu is level 3. Fiddle is level 4. Not only are you higher level than your lane opponent, okay? Both of you, but they're going to back. They were clearly going to back. You could see it. I could see it. Everyone could see it, that they were running away to back. The wave is here, and you know that off of raw XP, you're not going to lose. You have full mana, full HP, flash and heal will be off cooldown by the next time you see them, right? So we're not feeling too threatened at the moment. The idea of a freeze is when you are able to just hold, because you're so far ahead of a lane, you are able to just hold it, and if someone tries to trade with you, even though they have a minion advantage, you're at the point now where you can just kill them anyways. That's the idea of a freeze. Okay? Is that you're just so far ahead that overextending to this side of the wave results in an all-in, and then the enemy dies. It's important that you recognize that not only are we really far ahead of this bot lane here, but additionally, we're in a position now where these guys just backed. So we have plenty of time to play with. Plenty of time to play with. Alright? But when you just mindlessly shove the wave like this, you break down this freeze opportunity where you would have been able... This wave is mirrored, obviously, right? This wave would have fallen all the same. We would have had that wave die there. And we would have kept the wave in this spot, in this position. And then guess what happens? Now we don't get Malzahar roamed on. Now we don't get Malzahar roamed on. Because you pushed in, yeah, we deal damage to the tower. And yeah, I'm down with taking the tower in most cases. However, you need to understand that as Varus, the longer the lane is, once we get level 6, we can just all in. When we're this far ahead. Chain CC into Fiddle Fear, it's over. All the other criticisms that I've had of this game aside, if you ever get that opportunity where you can stay in lane, you weren't pressured to back. That's how we know we can freeze. Because we're not pressured to go home. We don't have to go anywhere. It's not like our health is halved or we have no mana, right? We had full mana, full HP. We had just returned to lane. We're good. But because we put that lane in that position, Malzahar gets to come up and gank us now. And suddenly we had a dominant lane position, and now we have kind of a break-even one. Vi, how do you possibly miss that cube? Good hit. I don't know if you know this, but I'm pretty sure... Actually, no, that's fine. It's a good try. It's a good try. I like the attempt. At low elo, I like the attempt. So we're really far ahead now. What are we gonna buy? I think the boots are fine. I want to point out something to you though. Versus this composition, I think Berserker Greaves is good, but I personally don't think it's necessary in this versus this composition because you're definitely going to be getting Dove or all in a lot. I would rather you go for either Tabbies or Mercs. I think that Greaves is fine, but I also think it's almost kind of greedy in that you're clearly crushing these guys right now. And the only way you're gonna, you and I both know the only way you die in this game is gonna be to Riven or Malzahar. Probably Tabbies and QSS would be a decent look. In my opinion. Cool. I'm kind of having a hard time believing that we lose. I'm gonna have to skip ahead because you did so well in lane. Well, I disagree with some of the things you did in lane, but we're kind of at the point now where I'm lingering, and this is clearly going to be one of those massive throw games. You should be setting up a pick, or at least trying to find one. Thought this was a $100 win. There, yeah, I don't want you freezing there. I want, right now, I want you leveraging this lead from bot lane. I want you going somewhere else and getting a tower down. That was weird by you to turn on Shaco instead of focusing the tower. You allowed the Shaco to distract you from a siege wave push. It's the exact opposite of what you want to be doing when you're this fed. You do not want to be chasing kills. You simply think of, always guys, remember kills are just what you do in order to get an objective. That's what kills are about. It's not about padding your KDA at this point. Just remember, kills are what gets you objectives. So don't go and chase the Shaco there. I'm probably resetting here. We don't have ult. You're being a little greedy by hanging out. We're also missing a lot of farm bot. Your team doesn't need help. So yeah, you should have just reset. Right here, I would have liked for you to back at this spot. The reason why is because there's going to be a huge wave building bottom, and I want it. If I'm an ADC, I never want to give this stuff away. You can, well, you can back or you can walk down, clear, and back, but either way, you guys have done enough. You've done plenty. Okay, this is a good reset spot so you can maximize all the farm that you're going to gain here. Pretty sure you're building IE. Looks like you're going a more standard ADC way about your build. But yeah, floating around here, you're missing all this farm and not clearing it. Look, this is important, by the way. Your team doesn't need help with this. They do now. I still would have liked to go to bottom and get that wave. And here's the thing, let's say that your team does Rift or whatever, you could just push into tier 2 on your own and get solo XP and then back and then come forward and, you know, just clear the wave clear and then you'll be good to go. Huge wave being missed top again. You guys have leaked a lot of farm on the side lanes. People aren't holding farm. Well, it's not a big deal, but it does add up, dude. Your build is like crap, my opinion. It should be Blade the Rune King like 9 times out of 10 right now. Blade the Rune King and fucking Runons and potentially like Maw or something with a QSS. Okay, Garen is dead here. Garen is dead here, and you position like you're about to just fucking go in. In an ideal world, you would have just taken that Riven and left.
Draven Loss Fields Bardman. What could I have done to win the game? Thanks. Smile big brother //.
Yeah, in an ideal world, you would have taken the Riven kill and bounced. The reason why is because Garen was dead, and you're just trying to poke and trade a quick kill, and then go back to pushing a lane. Or clearing a wave. Feels Bodman. Yeah. That shutdown is very significant. Lots of catch-up mechanics in League right now. Also, the Blade of the Rune King would have been really nice just for us to have a little bit more utility. Varus doesn't have any mobility, really, and Blade of the Rune King can help. Like right there, I'm pretty sure you kill that Riven if you have it. Shove the wave. Looks like you're being kind of greedy here. You walked a long way to back. Seems strange, but whatever. How did we throw, dude? Everything, I mean, you've died once, but the game is fine. Push top out. And you do. Any reason why we're not pinging Baron here? I know you're big enough to do it with Vi. This is a Baron spot. Someone pinged it. She should be pinging him and then Vi and then going and doing Baron. Baron secures the game a lot. And the faster you get it, it's normally the better for it. But you like to take tier 2. Silly. This is silly to me. What? What? How does this even happen? That was like... Tyler 1 used to do that shit where he like skips replays. You remember that shit? Every time he say that shit, I used to think of this commercial. I'm a 90s kid.
Hey now kids, come get around. See what just skipped into town. So skip it. Do run, do jump, do hop hop. Skip it.
Yeah.
Skipping and a screaming and a bop to bop. But the very best thing of all, there's a counter on this ball. So
alright, anyways. Yeah, that was whack. That was one of the worst throws I've ever seen. You didn't do Baron, and then you died to a tower, you literally just entered the tower. The tower got fucking... Yeah, the best part about the product was the counter, apparently. So yeah, I think going for the Baron was right. Going tier 2 is derpy as fuck. Going to tier 2, staring at it and dying is when you get skipped. Skip it. Skip it. I'd like to see a clip of that ad with the Yasuo spinning. And the counter is his deaths. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It was a very bizarre throw by you. Yeah, that song is gonna be stuck in your head. Every single one of you fuckers. You're just gonna be walking around and you go, skip it, skip it. Yeah. Ouch. Shaco, get out of my house. That lifesteal with Runons is pretty funny. Fiddle with the support TP. Dude, here comes King of Squirrels. Yes. Yes, please die now. Please die. Yes. That is my shit. Merc Treads or QSS. You didn't need to finish Lord Dominic's. You needed QSS. This is why you need QSS. And this is also why I said Tabby's QSS. Right here. That is the fight. You want to live. You're the Fed carry. Look at you, look at my team. My team's a bunch of newbies. Skip it. Skip it. Are they gonna Baron now? No. Also, actually, you know, aside from the QSS thing, let me talk about specifics here too. When you're going into fights as an ADC, like, your function is to think about what the hell is going to kill me in this fight. And for some reason, I don't know why you stand in the puddle. For some reason, you are like hyper fed and you're thinking that you can get away with not, like, there obviously he gets the brush control and gets to combo us from the brush, but this is precisely why you can't just go full fucking damage like this when you get fed. Because the difference between you would just destroy this fight with quick QSS. You move out of the puddle and the fight's over. It's done. Like, the only thing that throws in this spot pretty much is you dying, you getting bursted, comboed. So because you die, guess what? No one's gonna take objectives. You're the only person that can hit an objective. Garen can't hit an objective. Zed's not gonna hit an objective. Vi isn't gonna hit an objective. You learn the more you play this game that the most important part of, like, when you play immobile ADCs and get fed, the most important thing is, like, making sure you stay alive in those team fights. And unfortunately, no matter how good you are, dude, there's absolutely no outplaying Malzahar R. That's just what it's going to kill you every time. Unless you're trusting your teammates to peel for you, but there's a reason why, like, any ADC who plays ADC, it doesn't really rely on their support. They just kind of, they go with the flow. If their support's good, they'll play off them. If the support's bad, they don't bitch. They just focus on playing champions the right way and itemizing the right way. Skip it, skip it. Yeah, this Garen is pretty clowny. What just happened to you? You're doing some really goofy stuff. There, you didn't even really try to kite him and keep your GA. You just kind of traded GA, which I guess is alright. Tabbies would have helped a lot, by the way, with that type of fight. Miss ult, your flash is meh, it happens, whatever. You're flashing because you're scared because he flashes, I got it. You seem so confused with what to do here. Positionally, I have no idea why you're running away from your team and going towards bottom. This doesn't make any sense to me. And then you start autoing this when Shaco's clearly going for you. We could see that. So all you had to do is run backwards and you were fine. He's never killing you, but you would just walk into the backstab. It looks like you just get lazy. Just start doing derpy stuff. You die to a tower. Team fight here. You don't have QSS. Throw your GA away and then die a third time. Pretty much it looks to me like 3 avoidable deaths, to be honest. Aren't rubber band mechanics hilarious, though? What loses us the game? We're about to find out. Fiddle ult. I don't know where your ult was in this fight. No armor Garen gets chunked. Fiddle going in. You see it. Your ult would have been great here. This is ult 101. You should have ulted here in a straight line because you're guaranteed to hit carries. I don't know what the hell Garen's doing. That spot. Right here. You're throwing your ult at Draven here. Fiddle's in. I don't know if Fiddle has Zonias or not. He apparently doesn't get it off in time. But either way, setting up for the Vile, like... This is one of those spots where it's like, if your team's going in, you got to try to get some value out of it. And you're very, like, hesitant and shy on your ult. It was like you were confused. And you didn't ult here either. It's very weird. But yeah, that fight was pretty sloppy. In all seriousness, I don't think your team was that great, but I think that you made some really pivotal errors. This tower death, and instead of taking the Baron and then resetting, you know, buying your QSS and pushing with Baron, you like died to a tower. Then like the very next fight, you died here on a team fight that's like another very important team fight to end cleanly, because your team wasn't, like I said, your team wasn't that great. But I hate your itemization choices. Like, I hate that you don't go play the Rune King, and I hate that you didn't think that you needed at least a QSS. I'm okay with the Greaves. I disagree. I think you should go Tabbies, but like, at least a QSS would have been super helpful earlier. Like, you did it eventually, and I see it, and I acknowledge it, but it took you way too long. It looks like you got it as like a last item. Yeah, you got it as like your last item. That should have been like your closeout item. You walk forward, you go into a fight, you're like, Malzahar ults me, QSS, GG, game over. That item changes the entire, like that fight where you got picked, you living and then taking a bunch of towers changes the game dramatically. Also, you dying to tower. I get it. Goofy stuff happened, but that's just like ridiculous. And the fact that you weren't looking for Baron, which you were so far ahead, you had the Fiddle and the Vi right there, kind of hurts my eyes a little bit. But I will give you credit. This was not like all your fault. It's just, if you reliably want to carry games like this, it's very important that, like, aside from itemization, when you get fed, you have to take it very seriously. Like, every death, take it seriously. Like, really work. You very rarely will get opportunities to be the carry. Well, that's not true. You're going to get tons of opportunities to be the carry. But people don't understand that when they get those opportunities, that if they just die randomly when they're huge, because of the stupid rubber band XP shit, it can hurt hard. It can really throw the game out of whack. Like one pivotal death, give the shutdown to the wrong person. It's brutal. I mean, that's why you, like I said, it's almost as if the enemy team dying early sometimes will hurt you more, because people will just get lazy mentally. Because, like, you know, you get, I've had players, like friends of mine, be like, yeah, I can just feed now on like low elo accounts, because if I do something aggressive and like lose early, then I can just come back with comeback XP if you have like a strong champ, which is definitely true. I've seen it happen time and time again. So when you get fed, take it seriously, because Riot's trying to make sure that this game's like fucking Mario Party and everyone's back and forth. But yeah, dude, Emax over whatever the hell you did. Like, start E so you can push the wave. Blade of the Rune King over Bloodthirster. QSS sooner when you get fed. It's diminishing returns. It's more important for you to live with your lead than to get more damages, right? It's more important for you to control the fights than to just kind of trade a death here or there. And then, obviously, be more aware, more heads up. Waves pushing in. Always, if I have a choice between a tower or Baron, or even inhib or Baron, I always tell people that it's going to be Baron. But I would not be too hard on myself here. Just understand that that's not going to be the last time you throw if you keep itemizing like this, where you're just like, I can wait on the GA. I don't have to take tabbies or merc treads. Like that's how you throw your momentum. All right, YouTube, I hope this helps you. ADC guys out there, please like, subscribe, all the bullshit. I'm out. Peace. Crackers, thanks so much.